all these control bodies here.
Uh-oh. She's doing, okay, so we can go live.
We can do that.
All right.
We can.
No, yeah, let her, why are you doing that? We are very honored today to have our good friend, Marcus, what's your middle name?
Yeah.
Marcus, middle name, Wulf. And where are you from, Marcus?
I'm from Hamburg, Germany.
So what are we having for dinner tonight?
We are having Hamburg tapas as opposed to macaroni made.
Okay, that's
what's it called? North Italian style.
All right. And then we have young Paul here. So Marcus has supplied us all our teas, and he supplies us at least 10% of our tea, right?
I hope it's more than 10%, but I guess you know much better than me.
Okay.
I hope.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
Excellent. So, Marcus and his wife, the famous Billa, is here, and we are honored to have them here. Where were they earlier this week with you, Paul?
We were out at University of California, Davis.
Yeah, that's true.
Global Tea Initiative.
The TAC.
Yes.
GTI.
No, we are at the TAC board. What is it?
TAC board.
TAC.
What does that mean?
Tea Advisory Committee.
Tea Advisory Committee, Mike.
Isn't it?
So was that good? You gave a speech, I heard?
No, I didn't give a speech.
Well, they need money. They need money.
They need money to build.
Does anyone
something.
have an extra million?
No, 4.
4 million.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
6. All right, we're already up to 6.
They are flexible on that. They said. But
Yes. But anyways, it was great. And then afterwards, I saw our friend, Mr. Norwood Pratt.
How about you?
I saw him 1 day later, so he was already used, but he was in good shape.
So why is Norwood famous?
Well, Norwood is more famous than 3 of us together. I mean, he's a.
Well, but can you explain why he's famous to those that don't know?
I'm coming to that point. Give me a sec. So he is a famous book writer. He originally started in the wine industry, and he wrote fantastic books about wine. And then he found the better product. We all know the better product is tea. And he fell in love with tea, and he wrote some fantastic books about tea. And we have all learned a lot from him. And
What was his first book? Well, that he worked on.
Was it all about tea? No, that was yours, huh? No, what was it?
No,
Mike,
that
you know.
was,
What was it?
No, it was the Tea Lover's Treasure.
The tea. You're right. The Tea Lover's Treasury. That's it.
But he also wrote the foreword to the Tea Lover tea leaf reading. The tea leaf reading.
Tea leaf reading was a little bit of a, let's say, a debatable book, huh?
That was our
debating amongst
father's
yourself?
book.
No, I mean tea
That was
leaf
our
reading.
father's book.
That was
I
the best
know,
book he ever
but I
wrote.
know that your
The best
father,
book he wrote.
your father said he didn't really like his book, tea leaf reading. He told me.
You're making fun
What?
of your dad.
I'm not making fun of your dad. He said that to me.
I
The
don't
dad,
think
not the
he
dad.
loved the
Oh,
book.
not the dad. I'm making not.
He loved the book.
He loved the book. He was very famous with that. But at the end, he told me that he was a co-writer.
We can't really. Should we call him up and ask him?
No, it was the Highland Seer wrote the book. He found the book in an
Okay.
old
Okay.
bookstore.
Well, I don't believe in all that tea leaf reading thing. It's okay.
He read, there was obviously a message because he found the book.
Okay. I take this point.
All right, excellent. So back to Hamburger Teehandel. So you guys are based in Hamburg, Germany, up there in the North Sea or something, right?
We're not actually exactly. We're not in the North Sea, but we are close. We're about 1 hour, 1.5 hour away from either the Baltic Sea or the North Sea. Hamburg is a trading city for generations.
Slow down.
Slow down.
You can relax, Wolf. You
No,
gotta relax.
I don't know how much time we have here.
You have plenty of time.
Okay, so
You don't have enough information for all the time we have.
Are you sure? Okay, Hamburg is a trading city like Lübeck and Bremen.
You're going to list all the Hanseatic ports?
You just said we have enough time.
We don't have enough time for that.
It's 702 or something. And yeah, we have a history, and they have all been in the Hanseatic trade with all the Scandinavian cities together, and Hamburg maintained to be an important port for tea and coffee, and also as well as Bremen. Lübeck lost.
What about rugs? Wolf?
Rugs is I think even today Hamburg is still the warehouse of most of the rugs in the world. I believe so.
I believe
Okay.
so too.
Well, do you work for the Chamber of Commerce?
No.
All right. So in any event, we have some teas here that we got. How did your family get into the tea trade? Was your father, did he do that stuff?
Well, my grandfather was my great grandfather was a farmer. My grandfather was a banker, and my father, after the war, wanted to find a profession. And he was not sure what to do. So his father told him, there is this customer of ours, Helsen and Leon. So he got an apprenticeship at Helsen and Leon in 1952.
What's that? What's that?
It's
What is
another
that?
it's another tea company, very famous tea company with a very long history, 1876, I think. And they have been customers at Deutsche Bank. And my father and my grandfather was banker at Deutsche Bank. So he said, go to that company and apply for an apprenticeship. And he got it, and he fell in love with tea. And he worked in that company from 1952, I think, to 1968 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a main buyer at the end.
Well, so you've
Head
been
buyer.
in the tea
Head.
trade for 2 generations. That's great. And
Well,
now you have a
so do
third
you.
generation.
So do you.
You have a third generation, and
Yeah.
you have a new house, your new office. That's great.
We just recently pulled into the new office premises on the 7th of December. That was a piece of work. We have the second generation working in our office as well. My daughter Isabel, 30 years old, and my son Miguel, 28 years old. They are working for the company now for 4 years.
Well, what's the most important person that works at your company?
That is the one who makes the tea tasting.
I was thinking it might be your wife.
My wife is also. My wife is actually my wife works for the company 3 months longer than me. So she has started about 3 months before me to be officially employed. So she's the oldest employee of our company.
Well,
Okay.
there you go. You see? You want
Well,
some more
let's
tea, Wolf?
Please, yes.
So now, how did we run into you?
I was trying to run into you, which I thought after 1 year I failed, because I've seen that America is thirsty for good teas, and I thought that would be a good opportunity for me to create a new business revenue in a country which is thirsty for good teas, because Germany was on a decline a little bit, and they were not willing to search for the best teas anymore. And I thought, where is the future if you want to continue with fantastic teas? And then I saw that some guys like Pete's Coffee and Tea in California, they have fantastic teas and so on. And then I said, okay, let's write to some tea companies. I had no clue who was where, what was East Coast, West Coast, in the middle of the States or something. So I wrote a letter to you also. I said, dear Mr. Harney, blah, 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 blah. Do you want to see tea samples from us? And then 1.5 years, nothing happened. And
That's
then
the last time you treated me with respect, you know.
I
Mr.
still
Harney.
call you Mr. Harney. I can call you as you like.
Huh?
Goddess of tea.
That's very sweet of you.
Whatever
No, I
you
mean, the
want.
reason that
Whatever you want.
I thought it was interesting to we had just gotten a business to work for Takashimaya, the Japanese department store in New York, and we had to come up with all these great teas. And so, you know, the reason that we started working with Marcus is that he was a great North Indian man.
I
And
can
he still is.
can
He
I
still is.
can I go elsewhere?
He still is.
Can
a
you
great,
stop saying?
great North
Can you
Indian
say?
man.
Can you say that I'm a
You're not
great?
even good in South Indies. You're right.
I'm-
All right.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
North India.
What? No, just black teas, maybe only.
Maybe.
You're a nice. You're a nice friend. You're a nice friend.
No, we've
Possible.
always he has great connections over there. If I remember correctly, when you were 16, where did you go for your summer vacation?
You mean Spain or India?
India is what I was.
India. Didn't you go to India?
Yes. No, my father sent me for 2.5 months or 3 months to Calcutta. And he said I should learn English, which I was not so successful with, and I should learn the culture of India, and most important, I should learn how to produce too. So he sent me to Darjeeling, and also to see what the auctioneers like J. Thomas carried him around or so doing the work. And then we saw our producer friends and so on. And I lived in a family, an Indian family, and learned a lot about the culture and about tea. I couldn't learn
Did
much.
you get sick?
I got dysentery. I was like,
Decent. You got decent.
no, I was like flat in the tub for a month.
That does not kill us makes us stronger. So Alex says there's a few questions.
What questions?
Yeah,
we
we've been getting some questions. First off, we have some comments. Dragon Fairy says, "Hey guys." Debbie says, "Welcome." Susan says,
Welcome.
"Hi everyone."
Hello.
Amy says, "Behave."
It's impossible.
Stevie Hicks says, "I want this as my job so bad." And so the first question is, what is your favorite type of tea, Marcus?
North Indian.
I can ask Mike to reply to that.
No, it's you.
That important question. I can always only give the same answer. There is no best tea in the world. the best tea is you feel is right for you in the moment you want to consume it. So if you ask for my personal opinion, what I normally drink time-wise, it's in the morning, it's a strong Assam or East Frisian cup
And
of
where's that from?
Assam.
Where's Assam from?
Assam is from East Frisia. It's from North India. Let me finish. Let me finish. So in the morning, I like to have a strong Assam cup, English breakfast, Irish breakfast, something East Frisian. Then during the daytime, I like Nepal teas. I like Indian teas, first flush type. And then at the end of the day, I'm going for green teas from Japan, from Korea, or from China, or also semi-oxidized, light semi-oxidized oolongs from Fujian or from Taiwan. That's normally the way I drink teas. So I'm getting a little lighter with the end of the day.
Are you?
Not the heavier, I'm getting lighter.
Yeah.
So
Good
we've
idea.
got both of these. We've got you some North Indian. No, this is actually Panyang Kongu.
Panyang Congo.
Remember when we visited Panyang?
I remember.
That time they had that
I remember.
beautiful little bridge over that, and we tried to. It was sort of run down though, wasn't it? Huh?
I think our first trip together was 1993 or 4, isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, that was a little crazy.
No, but then we actually didn't actually make it to Panyang that day. But then later on we went there.
Yeah.
And sometimes they call it Panyang. Sometimes they call it Panyang.
That's because of the Fujian tongue. You know,
Panyang.
It's complicated. But we really had fun trips at the beginning because we had to explore a lot of things. Nowadays, it seems to be too easy to travel to all these countries.
Could you show us the right way to taste teas?
Well,
I have to learn myself. So go.
Let's see.
Well, basically, when we have the dry leaf, what we look at when we normally are a little bit more recent, now not talking for 20 minutes and then starting tasty, we have the dry leaf and then we have the pure tea ready. So the most important thing, and it's not now too cold, but anyhow, it should be hot. What we do is we smell the infusion, so the infused leaf. And here, of course, it's very simple. We don't have to be a genius. You can find easily that this is a jasmine tea, and of course I know it's a yin hao, so it's a silver needle or silver leaf tea. How could mean either leaf or it could also mean good, but it depends on the 4 intonations. So in this case, it's the best jasmine standard, which has still the old traditional Shanghai classification like FS 901. That would be yin hao. So what we do is,
What FS means what?
I don't know, Fujian standard.
Full service.
Full service, no. Fujian standard,
Okay.
forthcoming, I don't know. I have no idea.
Wait, that's not even an S.
Yeah, I know that, but the TH is an S.
In German it could be. In German it could be.
Forthcoming.
There you go.
I don't know. Anyhow, so we have the infusion. Everything is already. Can't concentrate.
We used to have a PG operation here.
Louise.
So we find every quality already in the infusion. We don't have to taste the teas.
No.
But it really reconfirms what we have smelled. We can smell defects, we can smell the aroma, and then after we have done that, we go for the hot beverage, which is most important is that we get what is in the cup, what is flavor, what is available on the flavor. We have to get it into our nose because, as you know, the tongue doesn't give you much information. We have to get this flavor into our nose to diversify the fine tones, the fine notes. So that's why we have to make this funny noise to bring on some air into the water so that the air blends with the aroma and moves up into your nose.
All right,
That's
let's
it.
see it, Wolf. Oh, unbelievable.
One more time.
You want to embarrass the audience?
No.
Okay.
We want you to do this at home. No, don't do this at home.
You can do that at home if you're alone.
No, that's what they say on TV.
Well,
Don't do this, which is dangerous.
it's
Don't do
dangerous,
this at
yeah.
home.
But since you can imagine when we are tasting like 200 or 300 cups in the season, we don't drink that stuff because the belly might get a little too much bellied out. And so we have to spit it out, not because the tea is bad, but since we can't use or consume so much liquor, it has to go down because otherwise we would not be able to do our work properly. So then we think about it.
Oh, yeah.
We let it settle down. And then we make a decision: is that a tea which we could use or not? That's about it. The rest is learning.
The idea is that we got in the system was we got in an offering sample from Herr Wulf people, and we then we agreed that what we had was correct. We wanted to buy it. they sent an outturned sample, and what does that mean?
Well, outturn sample proves to be on the safe side. You might make mistakes. The Chinaman makes mistake, Indian makes mistake, German makes mistake, even American. I heard that they sometimes do some mistakes, not many, but they do. So it's possible. It's possible. So you have a purchase sample. So you want to reconfirm that what you bought is actually coming. So that is outturn approval sample or whatever you call it. So then you're tasting before the tea is being shipped that is in accordance to what you have purchased. And then you give a green light. You might do an analytic report on that before shipment, all that things. And so, but it's important to really reconfirm what you purchase. If you buy something, it's just being shipped and there is a mistake on the way, it's complicated to return the teas.
Yeah. So this was, we approved it back in November 8th, and it just showed up here on the 18th. And
So that's not bad. 3 months.
yeah, no, that's good, Marcus.
Nice
Isn't it?
job, dude.
It's not my fault if the harbors in this world don't work.
What do you mean harvest?
Harbors, like ports,
Oh, why didn't you say that?
because I'm English.
All right.
I'm German. Sorry, forgot that.
So are there more questions, Alex?
Yeah, we got a few. Stevie is wondering what goes into growing tea. Why is it mainly grown in locations that are not in the U.S.?
This is an interesting question. Now this,
Thank you, Stevie, for the question.
Stevie.
This
I mean,
is a
there-
sounds
great
like a
question.
UC Davis question right here.
It's a typical UC Davis question.
And I had some of his tea.
I-
and it was perfectly okay.
Who, Stevie?
Well, Marcus decided that there's a couple people that grow. They grow
Don't make
tea in California.
Don't make me inferior than I'm already. So can I answer to that wonderful question? I appreciate the question very much, Stevie. It is of course possible to grow tea in America. It is also possible to probably grow tea in Greenland in a greenhouse. Is it making sense? Is the other question. Because first of all, tea needs a lot of humidity. So if you grow tea in an area where you have to pump the water out of the wells, where no water is there anyhow, I would say it's economically wrong. But certainly there are areas in America and in the USA.
What about where it goes best? Let's start with the positive.
But it's positive.
What's the positive?
Well, there are humidity areas in America.
No, let's go with where in the world is it grown?
Well, traditionally, the home of tea is somewhere in South China, between Cambodia, Laos. So there is a home of that camellia plant. So the camellia likes humidity. There's a little pH sour in the soil, and they don't like frost. Only the Camellia sinensis can tolerate a little bit of frost. The Assamica and the Cambodensis are not so fond of that, and they die. So if we have frost, we have another problem because the plant might not go. It might not survive the next year. So that is in principle what is important. And besides rain or humidity, the plant needs sunshine to grow and to generate sweetness. If you have no sunlight, you will have certain growth, but the quality will not come through. So it has to be a mixture, a permanent mixture. It's not like we need like a 2 weeks complete sunshine to make good teas. It's always great if you have a little bit of a sun coverage by clouds, a little bit of rain, humidity, and then a little bit of daylight, 2 or 3 hours, and then tea can really grow nicely.
Well, so just to defend the U.S., there's a couple of places that we've been buying tea from. One is the Big Island of Hawaii, which has humidity and has sunshine.
I'm not denying the fact.
And then also another one we just got this last year was from Louisiana, so just north of New Orleans, and it's called Big Easy.
I might surprise you, but they even grow tea north of Hamburg.
They do?
They do.
What do they call it?
I don't know. That's real tea. It's Camellia sinensis. They grow it there. It's possible. Yes, it's also
No, I
possible.
know we don't buy much of it, but it's fun. So,
It's
but yes, we're going to next question, Alex.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Is it censorship here?
Yes.
We're on. We got to keep moving.
The next question that we'll go to is Amy's. When hosting a large tea, how would you present loose tea on the tables?
Well, this is not a bad way if you have interesting tea, is you put some out and then you could scoop it. The other day we had Sybil Villa and Marcus over for breakfast, and we had it out in a nice little bowl, and we took it out of there because it was very handsome tea, that little broken Assam with the golden tip.
Absolutely. Don't make it a big story. I mean, if you get too much into it and what is right and wrong, you forget that this is a beverage you should enjoy. It should not be a torture to make a cup of tea. basically. And if, of course, if you want to have it very easy and you just throw in a paper tea bags, this is also a drinkable option, but it gets better the less you add anything else but water and tea.
And
Well
you could
said.
get a nice glass teapot. Well,
It's also
see the
possible.
liqueur.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cleaning, and it's coming to
It's
the
just
house.
too much work.
Too much work.
That's the problem. Too much work.
Germans. See, the other generations, they were a little
Yep.
harder
A
working.
little harder working.
Yeah, that is all
Okay.
true.
Another question?
Yeah. Back actually kind of to a question that we kind of asked before, which was what's Marcus's favorite tea? But they said not limited to Harney Sons. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit it to Harney Sons. What's your favorite Harney Sons tea?
Victorian London Fog?
I don't even know what it is.
We'll just say yes then.
Yes. Well, obviously, I'm only drinking Harney and Sons teas when I'm here, because when I'm home, I don't use Harney and Sons teas because I use my samples, which I'm tasting. So it's not really like I buy.
We appreciate the support.
Thank you. You don't bring it in?
But I think I'm a very specific tea buyer because I never buy tea. I buy tea not for
What?
my consumption. I buy tea. I get samples to drink.
Well, that's
I mean,
good news.
I don't
You've handled this well, Wolf.
Yeah.
Well.
No,
What
I'm
about hot cinnamon? You like hot cinnamon?
I like hot cinnamon. No, I like Harney and Sons teas, but
Oh,
the
that's
question
good.
the
That's
question
good.
was which favorite tea Harney and Sons is producing for me. They make fantastic teas. They have super class Japanese teas. Unfortunately, not always from me because they believe that I'm a North Indian man. They have super class Chinese teas, which are partly from me.
Now, what does a North Indian man mean? Why don't you explain it to him?
I don't even know what North Indian means. He said to me one day, I think that my expertise is North India, which I found unfair because I already traveled to China in 1984 when nobody else has been in China. So this is really unfair.
That's terribly unfair.
Terribly.
It's terribly unfair.
Oh, welcome to the States.
The next question we have is from Amy. Are pesticides removed from the tea when harvesting?
Not possible. Not possible completely. There are different kind of pesticides. Well, if it is on the surface, on the leaf, it would be possible to wash them out.
Also gets by the rainwater.
It's rain, yeah. But on the other side, if after plucking you would wash the teas, it would deteriorate the quality heavily. So that is not possible. So you have to avoid that the pesticides come on the leaf. Secondly, if she's asking if we brew the tea, if all the pesticides go into that cup, certainly not all, but certain pesticides are not water soluble, so they will go into the cup. So you have to avoid
Are
buying.
water soluble. No.
No, are not.
But then they wouldn't be in the cup.
And if there would be water soluble, you're right. Sorry, completely right. You're completely right. So you're completely
that
right.
is correct.
Yeah, that is correct. So they are water soluble, so they would go into the cup. So we
Yes.
have to avoid that buying teas with pesticide because we can never be sure.
And so what are the main ways we can buy organic tea, which we buy, and then we also buy teas to what they call the European MRLs, which are the maximum residue levels. So they're very low, the maximum residue levels.
Well, if
Aren't they?
they're absolutely low.
What?
They are absolutely low because
okay, I think you said no.
no, yeah, absolutely low. If you compare the tea level on pesticides with other products produced in the EU or elsewhere, they are at par or even lower, even though you don't eat the tea leaves, but you drink the cup only. But if you compare it, for example, with tomatoes or any other pesticide regulations, they have high limits for tomatoes, but very low limits for tea. I don't know. They consider tea somehow.
What about strawberries?
I don't know.
Well,
Possibly high, but
high?
they consider tea somehow as a pharmacy product. So they want that product to be absolutely clean, cleaner than anything else which is produced in America or European community. But we live with that. We can get it. At the end, it's a question of price, and to attract producer to make tea for us according to the desired market and compliance.
All right. Well, why don't we go over some of these teas we got in front of us? So we just talked about the Yin Hao,
Yes.
and the next one is a Lisan there, right?
Yes.
So where's that from?
Highest mountain in Taiwan. It's the highest grown tea in Taiwan. It's a ball rolled oolong, semi light oxidized around 16-18%. Slow down. And we do like that tea because it has a nice floral, sometimes buttery note in best case. But since it's a very, very high grown tea in Taiwan, it's the most complicated to really cover because it has a very short period of high quality. Other than with Alisan or Dongding, which are a little lower, it's easier to cover. Lisan,
Rain by cover.
cover, get the best.
Oh, cover.
Not kabuse.
Oh.
Just cover. Bye.
Okay, what's the next one?
I can't even see. I have no glasses on.
Okay, Shamraj.
Shamras, Nilgiri. Okay. This is a high-grown area in south of India, which I can't comment.
South India.
Yeah, I can't comment on that
No.
because I'm a North Indian man.
Yes.
Okay, so next one is well, you can guess what that is.
Guess what that is.
That is golden monkey from Yuna. Beautiful.
No, it's golden.
Golden,
Yinsen.
Yinsen.
Let me help you.
You're
a North
Not
Indian man.
Yinsen. Is it Yinsen? No, it's golden tea. Not Yinsen. Well, it's
Now,
not
what is that,
Yin
though?
is silver.
What does that mean,
Yin is
Wolf?
silver. Well, it's a tea from a bud, a specific clone in that southern region of China, which contributes a lot of hairs, which at the production trichomes, which come into the production process as golden, and they are soft, mellow, not too earthy. Yunnan teas can be very earthy, and it has a nice, even sweet aroma. What do you laugh about?
Nothing.
Okay.
Wolf, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
So
what's
that's
next one?
laughing.
I think the next one is
Do you see it?
no.
Darjeeling.
It's
Have you been to Darjeeling?
once. My
Okay.
father's ashes are buried there. So
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
No, this is a Harney
Where are they buried?
Okaiti.
Yes.
Okaiti tea estate. It nearby Mirik. So that is a Harney Sons tea blend, which is a very traditional and well, let's say, skilled, achieved blend of first and second flush, a little bit of autumnal, but predominantly we are working on the second flush side. So we have some muscatel aroma there. It's a nice day-to-day Darjeeling. If you do not want to overinvest,
Who makes that blend for us?
I don't know, some guy from North India.
Last but not least,
Monsieur Wulf.
Okay.
Hair Wolf.
Hair?
What's the next one?
I don't know. I can't see. That's a problem. Can you see?
That's Panyan.
Panyan Kong. We talked about it already, isn't it?
No, we didn't talk
No.
about it. But,
Okay, we traveled there. We traveled there.
Yeah, okay. then we
It's from
talked about
northern
it. All right.
northern Fujian.
More questions there now?
Okay.
No.
We have a giveaway. Don't forget
We have the giveaways. I'm ready there. We have 5 giveaways.
Okay.
So
five
turn
giveaways.
around, pick those up. First giveaway is going to be a Historic Royal Palaces cup
Oh, that's
and
nice.
creamer. Marcus the creamer.
That is a creamer.
Very nice.
Don't let it fall down.
So that's the first one. Again, you're going to send it to Michael at Harney Teas, and we have 5 ones to give to you today. Yeah. Now, by the way, with this,
five of these cups.
no. We have 5 different lots, as
Just
they
this.
say.
Just
Just that one is one lot. Yes, those 2 things. So we take those there. Now, the other thing we wanted to mention is that we are doing a coronation tea for King William III with the Historic Royal Palaces. And I just saw some rough stuff, mock-ups that Alana had put together. So we're in the process of trying to get that straight so that we can have that for the May coronation. Next is a teapot.
This is a real grab bag. How do we get all this stuff?
Johnny, was there anything special about this?
we don't sell them anymore.
Okay, it's a we don't sell them anymore end of bin sale, and it's a nice teapot from For Life.
What color?
can you
is it,
brew,
Mike? What color?
Whole leaf tea in there. Right,
Olive.
Mike?
Olive.
Why don't you
Loose
show 'em
leaf
the
tea.
You
color?
can brew loose leaf tea in there. Marcus,
Yes.
open that up for me.
Can I open it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 2 different. So that was 1. That's 2, 3, 4. Is going to be these are
You
cozy.
get 1 or you get 2?
1 cozy a person, 1 cozy a person, and then that's 3 and 4, and then we have here is a tasting set.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that tasting set.
It's gorgeous.
You're up.
Gorgeous.
Nice window.
And then we're going to have 1 extra special gift, which is going to be a book signed by the 3 of us in your name. So 1 of those, and you'll have to guess.
You just gave another one away?
Well, so 6.
All right.
6. Yeah.
What do you think, Wolf?
I think it's a great gift.
Maybe we'll have
Who's
one of
get- who-
Dad's books.
Who's getting it?
They're just gonna.
Maybe we'll have one of the.
Oh, we're gonna what? The tea leaf reading book after Wolf just.
That's the exact one I think of.
Disparaged
I think that's the tea leaf reading book. Is the one
I've
we
never
give away.
heard that guy say anything. other
Sorry,
than positive
John.
things about
Sorry,
that book.
John.
Yeah, he used to love you.
Sorry,
yeah.
John. Sorry, John.
But we do a tea for your father, right?
Yes.
East Frisian tea.
East Frisian TV.
Burns-
Burns blend.
Burned.
Burns blend.
Glenn.
Burns
He burned it.
It's actually a pretty popular blend. Wolf.
I hope so.
Yes.
And so, Mike, what do they have to do to get this?
Michael at Harney Teas
Is there a question they have to? Is there a basic layer of entry?
What is his name?
How
did
do
you point
spell
to?
his name?
Oh, him.
How do you spell his name?
First and surname?
No, just his first name.
How do you spell his first name?
Yeah, Michael at Harney Tees. We'll have 6 gifts. The last one will be a book, Tea Lover's Treasury, if we can find it. And Marcus is going to sign it. Best book he ever read.
Best
Lover's
book I
Treasury
ever
or
read. There are not so
no.
many.
the
That's
tea
not
leaf
that book.
reading?
Huh?
Tea leaf
Tea leaf
reading.
reading.
Tea leaf reading.
Tea Leaf Reading.
Tea leaf
He
reading.
said
Okay,
that
I'll sign it. Best book I
if
ever read.
we have to make sure that we have one down there that has not been sullied by our father's signature, because
Yes.
those are a bit too special to.
They cost 10,000 with father's signature. isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Minimum.
minimum.
Now they're valuable books.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we want to thank Marcus, right, Paul? Do we want to thank Marcus? You
We
have any last
do. We
words?
do. We got to spend
thank you very
a
much.
whole day yesterday driving back and forth from New York City with Mr. Wolf and
Thank you, Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, that
Three
was
of us in a
fantastic.
car. It
Well,
was
we
a lot of
we
fun.
too have been sleeping.
These two slept
And-
most of the time, and then Mike had a lot of comments on my driving.
And he slept today also?
No, today
He did.
I just
He did.
I not
He,
much.
he did.
Not
he did.
much.
Not
He had
much. No,
trouble
but
staying
I
awake.
was in the death seats. I was a little worried.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, he can drive. He can drive with one hand, with no hand.
Texting all the time. Huh? You don't tell him? All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank
And,
you. Thank you. Thank
thanks.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
All righty.